Okay, welcome back everybody for another episode of Master of Command. Today we're going to be playing our uh, legendary Ironman run of the game. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to come up here through this part of the map that we haven't explored. We're going to hit this outpost. I think we'll come up and do the supply cache just because those are free resources. We'll come down to the herd, head west, come here, and sell off all the junk we've gathered, as well as get some new units. And we're still doing pretty well. I think we're a little over half. We've used a little over half of our time. But I'm feeling pretty good about our army. I would love for these Cantonist recruits to be musketeers, but I think we'll get there. We're making pretty good progress. I do need better muskets for them. I think everyone else has gotten better equipment, so it's just these guys could use um a cavalry sword, so I need to be on the lookout for one of those too. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. And let's try to stay on the path best as we can, avoid the attrition. I'm okay with taking a little bit of attrition if I can get weapons. Okay, the Tula muskets aren't super amazing, but the Hussar sabers are good. There, separate those. I could give the land millets the Tula muskets if I want them to be a little bit better at melee. But I think I'll hold off for right now. And let's keep moving. And let's go do that supply cache. We're actually kind of running low on food, but how much food would we get from this? 72 versus 32 coin. Ammunition. Let's go for the coin. And then I will I guess they just replenish very slowly. Oh yeah, they do. That's kind of annoying. I had no idea that those Jaegers would replenish so slowly. Okay, let's see what we've got. Surf recruits, provincial cavalry. Maybe we try to engage them. We could take the hill, and then that would force them into the open, although we wouldn't have very much cover. I think that's what I'll do. And I pretty much only want to get my weaker units involved. So the land millets, the recruits, and the artillery. Everyone else, I think I'm just gonna have kind of sit back and not get too involved here. Maybe the Jaegers could come help out a little bit, but even then I don't really want them getting charged. Maybe if I send the land millets over here or something. Or if I send the Fusiliers the long way around. That could be good. And I'll have the Hussars help out with the land millets. Sorry if you hear any noise in the background. It's a dog we're watching, kind of being a little rambunctious. In any case, let's go ahead and start off this battle. Let's get everyone moving. And we'll speed things up. Let's just put the artillery on this hill here. Let's see. Okay. Let's keep marching around here. Oops. Toggle them. Let's try to run into the woods here. Okay, looks like they're definitely moving on our recruits. Oh, actually reform to hit them. Open fire as you can. Try to chase them down. Let's bring the hussars up and get a shot off. Get charge in. Hold your fire. You guys can charge in as well, try to get some experience. I think that battle went pretty well. I think we took minimal losses, which is very good. And got some good money out of it. I think we're probably gonna go with the veterancy and provisions from that battle. Our casualties were pretty minimal. Got some noise stats. We'll go with that. Very good. Let's see here. I don't really want to give these guys any of the weapons that I have. Yeah, let's do extra morale damage. That sounds good. We just keep acquiring more and more of these, more and more of the melee weaponry. We'll give them the canteens, so they've got better stamina. And let's give him that. Now he'll take less melee damage. Looking good here. And let's go visit this village. Got some manpower out of it. And what's in the powder house? Nothing too crazy. Quartermaster. And the barracks. Just some recruits and some fusiliers. We'll do that. Replenish our guys. And then let's keep on moving. Let's come down. Yeah, let's fight these guys since they're just wandering around. Lots of Cossacks. Actually, yeah, what I should have done was turn those Cantonist recruits into artillery. I think that would be really good, especially because I just have an extra 6-pounder. So I think I will do that after this battle if they're still at 4 veterancy. If someone else hits 4 veterancy, then I'll turn them into artillery because it would be nice to have another artillery piece. These are pretty good. Let's take a look at what we want to do here. And I think we'll establish like a defensive line here and maybe put the Fusiliers and land millets over here and get them ready to flank. And maybe put our musketeers over here, but we'll have our cantonists holding the middle, kind of taking the brunt of the fight. And we'll have the artillery supporting them. Put our melee troops over here. And we'll have the hussars backing them up, and then take our veterans, put them over here. We'll do something with the Jaegers. Maybe I'll have them in front of the melee troops. Let's advance over here, and let's advance up to here, get the Jaegers in position. Let's speed up. What are these guys armed with? More muskets? Okay, so they won't have very good range. But let's make sure that they can't hit us from the hill. That's mostly what I'm concerned about. Let's make sure the artillery is unlimbered. I'm gonna have you guys come up to here, probably take up a position there. Let's see if we can't get a bounce and hit the Cossack cavalry back there. Okay, let's pull our Jaegers back before those surf recruits form up. And okay, these guys want to get into a fight, so be it. I'm gonna have the land millets take a shot and then have them run into melee. Okay, perfect. Our hussars are suffering. Let's try to hit the Cossack cavalry. There they go. I'll let them chase. And there we go. Battle won. Hussars took some damage, but they're okay. Let's go ahead and go for the money and ammunition. And I'm going to upgrade these guys into the battalion artillery. And we're going to give them better cannons. Let's go ahead and give these guys the veterancy gain. And we'll hold on to this right now. Let's see. We can give you the full gaiters. We'll give you the better bayonets. Charge I could see giving to my hussars. Maybe down the road. Let's go check out this herd, see if we can get some food out of them. I always think this is a kind of a funny encounter because I just have to move an officer into reserve. Let's keep moving. Come into here. And let's buy a little bit of food. Anything interesting in the stable? Not especially. Could get better horses for my cavalry. But I'll hold off. I could buy the Prussian battalion artillery, but they are kind of expensive. Just depends on how much I can sell off all this junk for. But I think I'll hold off for right now. Maybe buy another instance of food. And let's keep on moving. Let's go check out these slums. Okay, we can find every army. I like that. Then we can start hunting the encamped armies, which is going to be really good for us. So let's do that. Or we could delay the HQ, but I want to see all the armies. So it looks like there's an encamped army up here, encamped down here, and an encamped down here. But it looks like the HQ is going to activate soon, so maybe we'll have time to do this one and maybe this one, but I think this one I can't do because we're too close to the activation time. So let's come over here and let's sell our junk. There we go, we're making a pretty penny there. Let's see what we can buy. We can buy a lot of artillery, surprisingly. So let's open a new brigade. And let's buy the Cantonist Recruit. And let's take a look at the Foundry and see what we can get here. Lots of 6-pound guns. Which is kind of a bummer. I was looking for like 12-pound guns, but I mean they've got the 10-pound howitzer and then this unicorn. But in a previous playthrough, I used the unicorn, and I wasn't super impressed by it. It was okay, but it wasn't like amazing. It does seem like a little bit of a... I mean, the accuracy is the same, but you're getting a heftier reload, which is kind of not ideal compared to the 6-pound gun. Even if there was like a bronze 6-pounder, I would pick that up. Let's look at what weaponry we've got here. Lots of carbines. This land pattern is going to be good. Tula... Oh, Jaeger rifles. Sure, let's take the Jaeger rifles and give them to our Jaegers. So let's go in here, give them the Jaeger rifles, and then the Charlevilles will hand off to another unit. Oh, and land patterns. So let's do that here, and then here, Charleville. What have we got here? Veterancy gain, reload, accuracy and reload, that's not bad. Accuracy and cover bonus. Yeah, there's some pretty interesting stuff here. We'll sell those off. And where was the... Here we go, accuracy and reload. Yeah, we'll take that. I'm not going to buy any of the special ammunition. Not at this point, at least. Here we go. Some more accuracy and reload for them. And let's see if we can't make it down to this encamped army and try to fight them. I'm going to buy some more food, and I'm going to force march over there because I'm expecting the HQ to activate soon. Let's do this. More tulas and socket bayonets. I will take those. And we'll equip these guys with the socket bayonet. Heck, maybe I'll fight this patrol on my way down here. For the food and veterancy. Okay, Jaegers. Yeah, let's do this again, where our Cantonist recruits are kind of up front in the fighting. I just need to determine where I want that fighting to be. I don't want to march at them head on. That's not like a good position. I could try to maybe hold this hill and then let's take the battalion artillery and send them over there. Field artillery will keep over here. Hussars I'll keep on this side because I think I'll probably just bypass, go around. Let's take our Fusiliers and put them on this side. Here we go, funny hats. And I'm gonna march them this way and then into the observation recruits. And our musketeers, I'll have hold the center here. Oops, there we go. And I think that's everybody. So we'll just hold, maybe put one in the woods, one on the hill. We'll figure it out. The Jaegers will just help as needed. Okay, let's pause. Let's get the Hussars rolling. Recruits. Let's try to take this hill with these units. Maybe with the Landmilits, I'll go for the trees. Oh, there's a good... We can try to hold this if we get there first. I'm not sure that we will. And I'll just have the artillery advance there. And the general will come help out with our Cantonist recruits. We'll speed things up. Slow down a little bit. Let's get you guys running. You guys can come more like this. Let's toggle here. Very nice. Oops. Get out of that column. Ugh, that wasn't great. I'm sorry, musketeers. Yeah, let's get spread out. And we'll toggle you guys. And get you firing on these musketeers. Advance here. They're forming up to hit my land millets. Yeah, unfortunately we're just taking a ton of damage here. Probably in large part from that artillery. Let's see if we can't keep moving here. Yeah, let's charge in. Unfortunately, we're gonna break here. Just because the artillery is racking up a lot of kills. Let's bring these guys forward. Same here. I'm just gonna let them eat up those observation recruits. And then let's bring the hussars over. Have them rally. Let's run into position here. But it looks like we've driven them off. And let's charge in. Let's charge here. And let's get our Cantonists in position. You hold your fire. You also hold your fire. And let's just get these guys ready. Land millets, you guys get ready. Let's advance. And since it's just these surf recruits left, we're going to speed things up. And there we go, they're shattered. Oh, we got a lot of gold. I don't know where all that gold came from. how are we doing on manpower? We're doing fine. So let's go for the veterancy and the provisions. Stamina. Cheese, which gives morale and stamina. Reload and move speed. I didn't realize that these musketeers didn't have anything on them at all. Okay. Let's move to here. Get the free manpower. Take a look at the barracks here. I could get some Cantonist recruits. What have we got for artillery? Got the 12-pounders. Bronze 12-pounders, bronze 6-pounder. Could be good. Yeah, let's sell these guys off. Let's buy this bronze 6-pounder. And let's give it to them. Okay, so something else is I could upgrade to the Prussian horse artillery, but so the trade-off is that they're less accurate, but they reload faster, and they move faster. So I think with the Prussian horse artillery, what you want to do is you want to load them with canister, and then you want to advance them with your battle line. However, that's not how I'm employing my artillery in this playthrough. However, I see the utility of that. So I'm not saying, hey, don't ever upgrade to your horse artillery, but you need to recognize that there are there's a trade-off, right? Whereas if you just want your artillery to sit back and just start plugging away at people, field artillery is going to be better for you. If you want to micro your artillery and try to get the most out of them, and especially use like canister or grape shot, then horse artillery would probably be more useful. But for my purposes, I'm just keeping them back and letting them fire. Let's go ahead and sell off this iron 6-pounder, and that gives us enough for another recruit. How much does the noise stat lower his reload? I mean, it's kind of significant, so I don't like it. Oh, we can upgrade you to Fusiliers. And now that you're Fusiliers, I'm going to give you the Jönköping. These guys are doing really well. I might be able to hit Grenadiers with them. We'll have to see. Just kind of depends on how these next couple of battles play out. Do I have anything else to sell? I have like... I'm gonna get rid of the spirit rations. I'm not gonna use it. And... I don't need another officer. Oh, that's actually not too bad. But I don't need another officer at this point. I think what I will do is let's take a look at how men are replenishing pretty slowly. But part of that's because I'm in force march. So I'm going to buy some ammunition just in case I need to drill. And let's come over this way. HQ should be activating soon. Okay. More Charlevilles. Great. Potsdam. Land pattern. We're gonna give, I guess these guys the Charleville, and then let's see. We've got a better bayonet here, so let's give it to them. Actually, here's the thing. I am going to be charging with these guys, so maybe I leave them with the light bayonet since they are the ones charging in, and I give this heavy bayonet to, you know, someone like this musketeer who I'm not charging in, but he's getting the benefits of the melee. And let's see. I'm almost fully replenished. It's just these musketeers that took a lot of damage in the last fight who haven't replenished very much. So let's go ahead and let's do this battle. Honestly, they're not even that strong. 12,900. I've got a bigger army than they do, so I think this should go fairly well. Let's see. Okay, observation recruits are on this side, frontier recruits are on this side. So I'm going to put my melee troops on their right flank in order to just smash through there. And then we'll put our more fire-oriented troops on this side to outshoot their frontier units. So let's go Fusiliers. We'll do that. I kind of want them to advance towards me a little bit, trying to get them more spread out. Let's take our musketeer units and put them in the good cover over here. And we'll take our two more experienced cantonists and probably put them in the village, and we'll have these two going out wide and flanking along with the hussars. Battalion artillery will be over here, and field artillery we'll put here. And then our Jaegers will have screening. Maybe those musketeers, we'll have them screen them. Okay. With that, I think we're good. Let's just move these guys forward a little bit. Perfect. And let's pause. Bring our cantonists out pretty wide. Bring the battalion artillery forward. Musketeer here, and veteran musketeer here. Okay, pretty happy with that. And we're gonna let these guys just advance on us. Maybe we advance to right here. Let's unlimber. If these guys are going to try to do that looping around trick, I mean, that's annoying, and I don't want them doing that. Unlimber, please. You don't need to be so far forward. Here, let's just try to get spread out over here before things get too crazy. Looks like I might have gotten charged here. There we go, shattered them. I did inflict some friendly fire, but so be it. Let's fire over here. I think we're gonna have a better chance of doing damage over here. Just the way that they're grouped up. Let's charge in here. These guys are not involved, so let's bring them out. Okay. Our Jaegers are taking a beating, and they take forever to replenish, so let's pull them back. Let's take a shot here, and then get across that river. Very nice. Let's start advancing. Don't need to run. Straighten you guys out because you're just getting destroyed by their artillery. Hit the frontier recruits. Actually, no. Hit the musketeers. Actually, hit the frontier recruits because there's cavalry coming in. Hold fire. Hold fire. Let's pull back. Let's charge over here. And both of our artillery, let's move them up. You men move forward to deal with those surf recruits. And these guys have just done a ton of damage. Let's just try our best to hit them. Okay, charge in. And that should end it. Okay, got a ton of money out of that. Lots of loot, even some buckshot, which I could give to one of my melee-oriented units, and we could have some fun with them. Lots of ammunition, lots of veterancy. I know that these recruits are pretty close to leveling up, so I think I will go with the veterancy just to see if I can't get them up a little bit. I kind of don't like any of these because I mean melee damage is cool, but I don't like the hit to accuracy. I'm not cavalry focused. We'll go with the command radius, but that doesn't feel like an amazing choice of options. Make you musketeers. I'm gonna upgrade you to field artillery. And let's go ahead and give the reload is pretty cool. Melee damage, move speed, stamina, stamina. We can take off the spontoons. We don't really need those anymore. And we'll give them the buckshot. Reload and move speed. Let's give you reload and move speed and sure morale and stamina. I've got a ton of horses that I should probably just sell off. You guys take the spontoon. I think move speed is okay. I don't like taking extra damage here, and I don't have enough cavalry to make this worth it, so let's go with the movement speed. And then here... yeah, none of these are great for a melee-focused brigade, so we'll just skip. Okay, let's see. Let's give you guys haversacks, and we're good there. Replenish, replenish. I know the headquarters should be activating like any time now, so... But we're gonna come down here and see if we can't get that other army before they activate. Here, let's just come over here and buy up some things. Sell that. I could get land millets. Oh, that's interesting. Open order accuracy for the skirmishers. Accuracy and cover bonus, which I could do. Better reload. More specialized ammunition. I see canister a lot, and I've seen double canister some as well, but I feel like I rarely see grape shot as an option for artillery. There's the big old 16-pounder. Let's go. Let's get the extra accuracy for the artillery. Oh, this poor guy he doesn't have anything. We can get him a good reload. And maybe if there's like tea. Yeah. It's even good tea. So we can do that. I could sell off this weaponry just because I'm probably not going to use it. I could definitely sell off the cavalry. Let's do that instead. And let's buy up some more manpower and ammunition. And then let's try to come fight that army. Here comes the HQ. Heck, maybe I just fight this army, and then because I still have a cantonist here. I still got cantonists here. So maybe we fight this patrol. And then just kind of try to drill for our lives to replenish and upgrade our guys one last time. Okay. This is a sizable patrol army. Alright, let's go ahead and... Oh, I would love to try to make these guys grenadiers before. But they'll lose a lot of energy, which kind of stinks. It might not be worth it to upgrade them to grenadiers right before the last battle. Oh, and who's got the buckshot? These guys do. So let's load them with the buckshot, and we'll get them up real close and let them just plug away at somebody. Let's get one set of artillery over here, and then the other one we'll have a little bit closer up. Let's... Here, let's do 2 musketeers over here. I'll put the hussars over here with the cantonist recruits. What if we have you come up through the forest maybe, and then these guys can come over here, and you guys will help out over here somewhere. I don't know. And let's go ahead and get started. We'll swing you guys way wide. We'll put you up here. And put you here. And then you can be over here. I'll put you here. Our veteran musketeers will put up there. And we'll move Them. Look at that firing range, it's so small. It's such a short firing range. Let's just move up our artillery as possible. Okay, this is looking good. Let's have them run up, get into a line, and take their shot, and then these guys I'll just run in. Looks like everyone's converging on my Jaegers, so let's pull them back. Yeah, let's get you guys on the road. I pretty much just want them to take just one shot and then charge in. Let's pull back our Jaegers. Let's not shoot through our musketeers. Excellent. We charge them in. And here we're going to march down the road and then come for the artillery. March quickly. And same here, march quickly. These poor guys are taking a pounding, probably from this artillery, more than anything. Looks like they're about to recover. Let's make sure that doesn't happen. Okay, and then what do we need? Ammunition to drill. I did lose some men, so I could take the veterancy. Let's take the veterancy. Try to get those last little upgrades where possible. And then let's come into here. Let's sell that. And let's buy up. No, that's okay. Let's equip. Let's give them this. And cover bonus and max range. Oh, you guys can be musketeers now. Congratulations. And you can get all that, too. There we go. Now the only Cantonist recruits we have are here, which it's fine. Do we have any better shooting rifles? We have a Neustadt, Delft, Potsdam. Okay. So what did I give these guys? Let's give them the Neustadt. And you guys are good with the Yon shopping. And let's sell the Tula. And let's take this good Potsdam and we'll give it to our good old Prussian veteran musketeer. We'll make him a little bit better and we can give you a Potsdam. And there. Now I don't think we have any worn rifles. Looking good. And I think let's just drill for a bit and see how fast this army comes at us. We still got some replenishment going on, so I might try to run away for a little bit. Just let that last replenishment tick in. Okay. There, we got almost full replenishment. We're short one soldier, but I'm sure this will be fine. We're gonna go ahead and fight these guys. I'm not too concerned. They've got a lot of cavalry, but the cavalry doesn't concern me. They've got 3 artillery units. It could be worse. So let's go ahead and let's fight them. All right. Let's go look at the enemy formation. So they've got their really good musketeers on their left and middle, but their right is I mean, here these observation fusiliers are nothing to sneeze at for sure, but they're not. They're actually fairly decent in melee, but that's probably in part due to the Tula muskets. It looks like all of the Russians have Tulas. They have a Delft. Got their artillery in the back. Oh, they have 4 artillery units. I thought they only had 3. Okay, so they do have some artillery in the back there. Russian dragoons, not especially great in melee, so I'm not concerned about them. The cuirassiers will be tough, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put our field artillery over here. I'm gonna put them probably here. And trying to figure out where I want to set up a defense. Maybe we could make it to the town here with the Fusiliers. And let's kind of take our more basic musketeers and we'll put them in the middle. We'll take our better guys, put them here. And still got these recruits. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe I put the recruits over here and just let the Fusiliers come around. Maybe we do like a whole... We hold our position here and here and let the Fusiliers come around. And go to work. Let's put the Hussars over here. Yeah, let's not be so wide here. Okay. So we're gonna have these guys here, these guys here. These guys will be over here in reserve-ish. Cantonus will advance up to here. And Fusiliers will work their way around. These guys are gonna have buckshot. And it's gonna have them work their way around with the Hussars. Our field artillery, we're gonna get up into here. We'll see. I was having double thoughts about or second thoughts about the Cantonist coming into here, but I think it's fine. Let's move our field artillery up here. Let's get spread out into cover. Same here, spread out into cover. And let's spread out here. If you heard a loud noise, that was just my wife leaving. Just in case that sound came through. Oh, I didn't have them reloaded at the start. That's kind of a shame. Let's actually have them halt and just focus on reloading, and then I will bring them up. Let's toggle our artillery here, and toggle the artillery here. We'll move them up a little bit. Let's actually just keep moving them forward until there's a reason to stop them. They're reloaded. Let's keep marching. And let's take aim at these Fusiliers. Nice, knocked out 100. Okay, let's start spreading our men out. These guys I'm still having come around. Let's see how their artillery is doing. You guys hold your fire. Let's get the hussars up here and get them to take a shot. And let's actually move these units up. I forgot about my fry infantry. Oh man, those Fusiliers are just going to town on the musketeers. That's awesome. Let's charge the dragoons. Let's turn those guys. Let's make sure these guys don't come back. Let's start going after the artillery here. Okay, this seems to be going well. Let's move the Fry infantry Jaegers out. We're actually taking a lot of damage with these guys. I'm going to pull them back, let them recover. And let's charge into these surf recruits here. How are we doing back here? Not bad. Open fire when ready. Okay, excellent. And we'll bring you guys around. Okay, hussars, charge in. Cantonist recruits come here. And let's keep making our way through the artillery. And hold your fire for a moment. And those dragoons, nice. Okay, we're taking apart that artillery. Now let's get this last one. Good job, hussars. Try to run. Let's everyone focus on this guy if possible. Just get the hussar out. Let's have him charge down these routing musketeers. Feel free to charge them. Feel free to just keep walking. And that's it. And we got a lot of gold out of that. Got some good loot. I could get a ton of veterancy, maybe get these cantonists upgraded for the next act. There's a lot of potential here, but I could restore my losses. But I usually think this is the weakest option. I usually only do this if I feel like it's absolutely necessary. And I don't think it is needed in this circumstance. I would probably go for the extra money and ammunition, or for the veterancy. If I were playing into Act 2, I think I would take the extra money and ammunition, because then I could get more units faster in the next act. Though I do recognize if I'd gone veterancy, I probably could have made them musketeers. So there's trade-offs here. I don't need cavalry accuracy, don't need the melee, so I'll take the melee damage reduction. And that will be the end of this campaign. Victorious. Well, it certainly wasn't perfectly executed by me, especially in the second half. In this episode, I felt like I kind of felt like the act was already won, and so I felt like I didn't have to try too hard in order to have a really good outcome. But in any case, I hope this has been a helpful and informative video for you guys, especially the ones that are struggling on just playing the game normally. This should be a good video for you to reference and to see what you can do to more effectively run a campaign. And I feel like something that's important is that when you're in the map, right? and running around on like the gosh, I'm really struggling for a word to describe it. But when you're in the overworld, right? When you're in the overworld, you need to set yourself up for success in your battles, and you need your battles to set you up for success in the overworld. They influence each other, and if you're doing one poorly, it's going to have a poor effect on the other one, right? Like if I go into battles and I take a ton of casualties, it's going to hurt me in the overworld because I'm going to be using up more reservists. I'm going to be using up money to buy reservists. It's not going to go well. And in the overworld, um, if I am, running into armies that I'm not equipped to fight, uh, you're going to lose battles, and it's going to spell doom for your campaign. And likewise, you need to make sure that you're managing your resources well in the overworld in the map stage because uh, those resources are how you translate into better battle power. So make sure that you're playing both of those well. Um, I guess if I were to just run through my tips real quickly, it would be expand your army as fast as you can because the faster you expand your army, the bigger armies you're going to be able to fight and the more battles you're going to be able to have. And the battles are what really drive a lot of this game. That's where you're going to get a lot of resources. That's where you're going to get a lot of veterancy to upgrade your units and make them more effective. If you have a weak army or if you have a small army, that is going to dictate uh, what enemy armies you can face, and it might mean that all you can fight is a patrol. And if all you can fight is a patrol and you get jumped by a field army, you're gonna have a bad time. So you want to make sure that your army is equipped to deal with whatever comes its way. Now, that's not to say that uh, you should be able to fight a field army from the very beginning. That's not true. You definitely need to know what fights you can pick. So in the beginning, you can fight uh, patrols. Usually on the smaller side, there might be some larger patrols you can't fight. You're gonna have to avoid the field armies. You're not gonna fight. You're not gonna be able to fight the encamped armies. But you want to be upgrading your army so that you can take on those challenges, because that will help really drive your resource economy. Um, the other thing I would point out is try to lengthen uh, the amount of time that the HQ is gathering its force, because the more time you have to run around and do battles or activate encounters, then the stronger you're going to become. So you want to delay the HQ as much as possible. You don't really want to run in and fight the headquarters the moment you think you can beat it, because this is a game where you're playing for the long run. Um, because there's going to be an Act 2, there's going to be an Act 3, and those armies are going to be significantly stronger than the Act 1 army. And you don't want to jump into Act 2 before you feel like you have your army prepared. So try to delay fighting the HQ as long as possible and try to build up the strength of your army as quickly as possible. Uh, Let me think. As I said in my first video, plan a route to go through so that you're using your time efficiently. Try not to waste time. There are certainly some encounters that will eat up, 1, 2, 3 days, and there are some circumstances where that's worth it, and there's some circumstances where it's not. So, for example, fort encounters, uh, they will tend to have events that will make you bleed days, and that is valuable time. And you need to weigh if the rewards that you're going to get from a fort encounter are really worth your time. I would also say play to your faction and your army composition strengths. For example, with the Cantonist recruits of Prussia, you're going to get manpower every time you visit a village or a town. So go and visit as many as you can, because you're getting free reservists from that, which is going to save you money in the long run. Uh, and the Prussians, they also rely very heavily on their infantry. They've got really good infantry. They've got okay cavalry. They've got okay artillery, but the Prussians are going to be leaning on their infantry, and in my opinion, especially their line infantry and their heavy infantry like grenadiers. So you really want to lean into those and play to your faction's strengths. I think you're going to have a hard time if you go into Prussia, if you play Prussia right, or especially as the Cantonist recruits and you were trying to use like a cavalry heavy army. There's just not a faction that is super well suited for that. I'm trying to think if I have any last tips. Um, I guess the last thing I would say is I try to play with for whatever the campaign gives me. I'm usually not going into towns looking for items that are specifically going to increase my reload or increase my accuracy because most of the time I don't think I'm going to have the money for it. Or, I'm not going to go into the foundry, the artillery foundry, and go and buy the most expensive artillery piece off the bat because that money is better spent, in my opinion, expanding my army. I could get a Cantonist recruit at base price. I believe it's 438 with all the difficulty modifiers turned on. The base price is 438, and the like 12-pound bronze cannons I believe are 500. And so you have to make a decision where are you going to get a really good item, or are you going to try to expand your army a little bit more? And I think in most cases, expanding your army is going to be better than getting like an uber good item. Because I had my guys, I had my artillery units rocking the iron 6-pounders, and they were doing fine. They were doing really well. Uh, so I think that the slight bump that they would get from a bronze 12-pounder is not worth missing out on an extra recruit regiment that is gaining veterancy, that's acting as a bullet sponge. I just think the utility that you get out of that is more worthwhile. So, in my opinion, you play with the items that the game gives you. If you are swimming in money, then you can go ahead and go out and buy some of the more interesting equipment, but it's not stuff that you're going to generally need. And I was a little bit splurgy towards the end of this, but that was just because I had a lot of money and I felt like I could spend it. For example, the Jaeger rifles, I don't think I needed the Jaeger rifles. I mean, you saw that half the time probably I forgot to use my light infantry. I don't really like using them. Um, so that was a splurge buy. And I mean, you can do that if you want, but I don't think that that is going to, I don't think that's going to pay off in the long run, just giving your units the uber good equipment. I think if you give them just, standard good equipment, they're usually fine. Maybe later on in Act 2 or Act 3, uh, you can start giving them some of that more high-end stuff, but you don't need it for Act 1. Um, with that, I think that we have pretty much covered everything. I really don't have more to say right now, but if you believe that you've got something important to share, if you think I misspoke on something, or if you have any tips that you think um, would be helpful or I didn't go over, feel free to leave a comment. I'm totally open to criticism. I'm totally open to you guys just talking about what you think works in this game. And I'll add that everyone has different approaches, right? This is my approach. I go for more of a quantity and then quality approach. Some people, they're going to say, hey, you know what? Quantity doesn't mean a darn thing. You should be building up quality units. You should be investing more in your veterancy. Uh, and you know what? If they've got a way to play it and they're successful, then go for it. But I'm just telling you guys what I do and hoping that that is helpful. Hopefully, you can use that as as like a model to build your own campaigns, and you can just use it to as you're starting off playing. And once you get the hang of it, once you sort of build up a routine for success, then you can uh, change up the way you play and try something more interesting or different. Um, but yeah, I think I've rambled on for long enough here. I hope you've enjoyed the video first and foremost. I'm really looking forward to this game coming out in a week. I'm definitely going to be buying it and putting out some more videos. And can't wait to play through Act 2, Act 3, get to experience the other nations and the other army compositions. It's going to be awesome. So I hope you guys will join me for that journey. As always, please, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. All these things will help out my channel and they give me positive feedback and helps me want to keep making these videos. But in any case, hope you enjoyed yourselves and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.